Hello and welcome to Impact Wrestling Radio, the very first of many, with myself, Mark.
And myself, Steve.
Okay, we kicked off Impact this week with a segment backstage with Jeff Jarrett and Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, it seems like Jarrett trying to weasel his way out of going to Mexico. You know, obviously last week we saw Kurt Angle versus Jeff Jarrett in the parking lot brawl. Jarrett said, obviously lost and had to say adios to TNA into the USA.
And what a shame, we shall miss you, Jeff.
Adios, Jeff.
Yeah, this led to Bischoff coming out to the ring to do a promo with Sting.
Standing ovation for Bischoff, definitely, yeah.
Yeah, great crowd heat here. Sting carried on doing this sort of crazy gimmick. As Steve pointed out earlier, he thinks that Sting's kind of going into a sort of Joker gimmick sort of thing.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. Obviously, went off the rails last week at Hogan. He's, went off the rail against Bischoff. He's going to be like this unstable character for the next couple of months.
Sting ends up destroying Bischoff in the middle of the ring, which leads us on to our first match of the night. It's Scott Steiner versus Bully Ray in a Bound for Glory series match.
I love this match actually. I think I love the trash talking more than the actual match because we were never going to get anything decent from the match. There's a few blown botched spots in the match. You had a crappy hip top from Steiner, a botched T-bone suplex by Steiner, and we had the world-renowned ref bump from TNA as they always do. I think it was Brian Hebner. I could be wrong. Could be wrong.
I didn't think it was a bad match for these two guys. I mean, you're never going to really look forward to this, so it was what it was. Bully Ray wins by hitting Steiner with the chain, which leads Steiner into a fit of rage. He goes hunting down Bully Ray backstage, and he comes across Immortal in the dressing room, and after a bit of persuading, shall we say, Immortal offer him the chance to join them.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like you said earlier, wasn't it, Mark? And you just said, do we really want to see another wasted talent in Immortal? Well, I say wasted. He's wasted because he has no talent anymore. That's the problem with Steiner. He's been in the business since the mid-80s when he was with his brother. In all honesty, they should split the group up, let Gunner go his separate way, let Bully Ray get his heat and release Steiner.
I mean, pushing this Immortal group still is like flogging a dead horse. You're never going to get anywhere with this group. You've got a bunch of guys who are all 40 plus. I mean, they may be legends in their own right, but no one wants to see a group of these misfits. And now add Steiner to the group. Like, you've lost both the Hardy Boys, the two maybe the most appealing members of the group. Now they're gone. There's just nothing in that group, and there's no point of it running anymore. Okay, moving on quickly. Match 2 of the night was a no holds barred match. Sky and Tessmacher versus ODB and Jackie. Yeah,
Jackie at 48. Do you really want to see about wrestling? Let's be honest, the answer is no. It's like I said earlier. If we want to see this match, we want to see some sort of stipulation. We want to see like contracts on the line, because at some point that's going to happen. And what is the point in having them just come into the Impact Zone, have no sort of stipulation, and you just have them beat Velvet Sky and Brooke Adams for no reason whatsoever?
I mean, you can appreciate the storyline itself. I mean, Sky and ODB, it's kind of a real life thing. Like, ODB was quote unquote released because she didn't have the looks that Velvet does. I mean, it's a realistic storyline, unlike the other current Knockout storyline that's running. At least it makes sense. But bringing back a nearly 50-year-old Jackie is a bit pointless in my opinion.
If anything's going to happen, ODB will get a contract and they'll put her in the Knockout division for a while. Hopefully something will happen with her. They have to rebuild that division, just like they have to rebuild the tag team division. In the match we saw, a good spear by Miss Tessmacher on ODB, hard tag to Velvet, a couple of clothesline exchanges. There's a good couple of laughs in the match. ODB saying, Miss Tessmacher was horrible in the ring. There was Earl Hebner getting fondled in the ring by ODB. Lucky Earl Hebner, obviously. Gets that sort of gimmick. Jackie nailed Velvet Sky in the bags and got free to ovation.
An ending that made absolutely no sense. Joy of joys. I think we're both agreed that this whole storyline is only even running just to get Velvet Sky on TV because she draws good ratings. So this whole feud's just designed for her to be on TV.
Yeah, it's simply for that reason. Velvet can't work one-on-one. We've seen that when she's been title matches. We've seen that when she's been in the ring with the likes of Mickie James or, Angelina Love or Winter. She can't work one-on-one. You have to protect that, and to protect, you have to put in tag team matches.
And now for my favourite part of the night, Madison Rayne on TV.
Oh, Madison Rayne, the She-Devil. Everybody loves a bit of
Beauty,
Madison.
beauty. Yeah, Tara is backstage doing an interview about the upcoming match against Madison, which has long been forgotten. I mean, it hasn't been mentioned for a few weeks, not to my recollection at least. They're finally going to put this feud to dead. Madison slaps her and then gets speared against the wall. Very brief, but straight to the point. They've got a match coming up. Feud will end.
They put Tara back in the title picture. Put Tara versus Mickie James at Bound for Glory. TNA Knockout title on the line.
And we need Madison back in a slutty outfit. Okay, match 3. It's another Bound for Glory series match. Didn't really make much sense to me because it was a tag team match. The winner of this match would gain the points in the series. It was Crimson and Matt Morgan versus Beer Money with an injured Bobby Roode.
Yeah, injured Bobby Roode. It was always going to be a factor. You know, the Beer Money come out. There's a massive Roode chant. You know, Roode starts Crimson. The announcers are really putting Roode over, trying to make him seem like a big deal, which he should be because he's a great talent. They put him over. You know, obviously he's favouring his arm. Exactly.
Nice spot with me was when Morgan had Storm backed into the corner and he went for his elbow shots, and Storm repeatedly ducked each one, laughing the whole time.
Yeah.
And then you liked a spot, didn't you? What was that?
Yeah, the spot with James Storm came in. He got hit the code breaker, Chris Jericho's code breaker, and then followed it up with a net breaker.
Morgan wins the match by hitting the carbon footprint. We both thought that Crimson would probably go over here, but obviously not.
Yep.
So Morgan's currently got the most points out of everyone in the Bound for Glory series.
Yeah.
Moving on to a promo, which got me quite excited actually. It was AJ Styles came out and announced they would bring back the 6-sided ring for Destination X, which prompted Samoa Joe to come out.
Yeah, but basically Samoa Joe came out and said that, you know, while AJ Styles actually made the X Division, he was the pioneer of the X Division, along with, you know, notable others. The X Division only really got hot when Samoa Joe arrived in 2005. Now, he commented and said, you know, I respect AJ for what you've done, but, you know, when Joe started his 18-month winning streak from 2005 to 2007, when he got beat by Angle, he was basically saying that he was going through everybody. There was nobody on his level at that point. He held all of the gold at one point. And basically said that, you know, let's put it to the test. Let's have AJ versus Joe, which prompted Christopher Daniels to come out. And, you know, we've all seen the triple threat match between Daniels, Styles and Joe on 2 occasions now. We all thought there was going to be... Yeah, great matches. Some of the best they've ever put on. Especially one, I think they had one in 2005. I think it was 2005, maybe 2006. And it was the best match I'd ever seen in the company to that date. You know, we all thought we were going to see the 3rd edition of that match, and Eric Bischoff obviously on creative, pulling the strings, and thought, no, all the fans want to see that. No, we'll give them something else. We'll give them Styles versus Daniels one-on-one at Destination.
This left Joe looking very pissed off and confused, and then in the backstage segment a bit later on, he beat on Kazarian, so it probably looks like they're going to go that way with them two having a match. Yeah,
what I'm hoping they do is they don't have the one-on-one Daniels versus Styles. What I'm hoping is they do is that Joe tries to get some sort of deal, so it turns into a triple threat by beating on Kazarian, and, you know, basically says, if you don't let me in a triple threat match, I'm going to beat the crap out of Kazarian even further. Something like that.
If we want to see it taken to the next level, we've got to see Joe in this match. It's been ages since he's had a great match to be involved with, so I think it would be good for him as well.
Well, they've obviously ended the storyline with him versus Crimson. You know, they had the handshake at Slammiversary. You know, great respect between the two of them. You know, that's got to be done. Joe now needs to be elevated back into the main event, or at least doing a feud where he can get back into the main event. Kazarian is not the man to get back into the main event.
Match 4, you take me through this one.
Yeah, the match 4 being the X Division triple threat, with the winner going on to Destination X to get a contract for TNA Wrestling, or Impact Wrestling as they like calling themselves. Yeah. Okay, so we had Zima Ion versus Federico Palacios versus Dakota Darzo in regards to the match. Zima Ion come off the top rope and miss a drop kick on Darzo, which is pretty sweet. Ion nailed a sweet backdrop into a stomach crusher. So basically he lifted him up, and as opposed to just backdropping him, reversed him back down, stomach crusher off his knee, which is quite cool. The fans seem to like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was a good move. Palacios obviously hit a suicide dive. Ion went to the top rope while Dakota and Palacios were on their outside. Went to the top rope, tried to nail a twisting corkscrew like move and landed on Palacios' head. And I thought, oh, Jesus, this match is going to end quickly now, because I thought he was going to be injured. There's an average moonsault by Darcy for the 2 count. Palacios double stomp off the top rope. And there was a 450 splash by Ion for the win. I think we were both surprised. We both thought, Darcy was going over here. He got the entrance. The Snake and Taz were both putting him over. It seems like, the logical thing of doing. But let's be honest, TNA are anything but logical. I love TNA and I love watching it, but they need to sort of storylines that, and they need to sort out who they're pushing and who's getting a contract.
Yeah. But you'd hope the officials obviously know more about these 3 guys than we do. So hopefully they put the right guy over here.
You would definitely hope so. We presume there's probably going to be 4 people in this match.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on to match 5. It was Mickey versus Winter in a street fight, and this match seemed to start as soon as the advert break had finished. It started off with them brawling in the locker room. This match was another bit overbooked, bit gimmicky. It was just kind of a mess, similar to the other Knockouts match. There were some nice spots from Mickie James in this match, diving off of the entranceway into the Lopez press. But Winter wins after Angelina interferes and hits her finisher. Unfortunately, it's another dirty ending. We need some more clean finishes on this Impact.
Yeah, we definitely do. Yeah, it's like I said before, we had 2 clean finishes in the entire show. We'll come on to the main event in a minute. Winter, it seems that she's going to get a title shot somewhere down the line because she's been the champion, which usually means you're going to get a title shot. Which will probably mean that Mickie James will lose the title to Winter, with Angelina getting involved, and then they'll probably blow off Angelina and Winter and have them 2 feud for a while.
Yeah, okay, not much more to say there. The main event then, it was Sting versus Abyss.
Yeah, Sting versus Abyss. Everybody's favourite match of the night, obviously. Great part about this match was not Sting and Abyss, but was Brian Hebner getting booed out of the arena when the match first started. Cheap shots by Sting to Abyss. Sting was really going over here. And Abyss was, overselling even. He was just flying around the ring. Taz said, Abyss weighs 358 pounds at the moment, which is 100 pounds. Yeah, before breakfast, but after breakfast, he's probably cutting another 5 pounds. So yeah, Abyss 358 pounds. Sting's what, 250, something like that. Abyss is flying around. Eventually, Abyss takes control of the match. Part way through, Abyss starts reading Sun Tzu or Sun Shu, which is a bit weird. And out of the blue, he pulls out a barbed wire glove. It's like you said earlier. I think you said, why wasn't it around the fist as opposed to just wrapped around the actual glove itself?
It was wrapped around the wrist, wasn't it? And the barbed wire looked blatantly fake. So this looked like the least threatening weapon I've ever seen.
You at least could have got Janice back and just used Janice. Yeah, so Sting hit the Stinger Splash in the corner on Abyss, nailed the Scorpion Death Drop, got a 2 count. He took the barbed wire glove off of Abyss's hands. Abyss just wanted to give it up apparently. Put it on his own hands and nailed Abyss in the face with the DQ. So obviously Abyss wins, but there's no real heat here. It's just a continuation of Sting's character. Going off the rails, becoming quite insane, and perhaps becoming the Joker, quote unquote. Anderson comes out to stops halfway down the ramp to see that Sting is still beating on Abyss, just bloodying them up, and I think Anderson finally realises that Sting has lost it, and perhaps when they meet on July 14th on Impact, that he has got a real fight on his hands.
Moving on, what do you rate the show overall?
To be honest, it was an okay show. If I was going to give it a rating, I'd probably give it 3.5 stars. It's all it really deserves. There were too many dirty finishes for my liking, and the best match on the show, in my opinion, again, was probably the X Division match.
Yeah,
if I'm being honest.
I'd give it a 6 out of 10. I like the fact there were 6 matches on this show. They kept promos down to a minimum. I mean, interviews and video packages weren't really there, which was good for me. Shame there were so many dirty endings, but 6 matches, I can't complain. That's quite a lot of wrestling for once. That's Impact Wrestling for the week. We'll be back again same time next week.
We sure will. Cheers, guys.